Welcome to Double Cousins Unplugged, episode 6. Real talk, real family, and real fun. We got a special occasion today. Go ahead, cuz.
All right, hi everybody. My name is Andy Amo. I'm one of your hosts of Double Cousins Unplugged. Today we are doing our first live stream podcast on YouTube and Facebook. So if you're interested in looking at it, I see one person's looking at it. We live. Let's get it. But we are going to
Yeah.
talk about an important event in the city of Paducah. We grew up with it, the traditions of the 8th of August, and our guest to give us the rundown about the events going on this year, the history and traditions of the 8th of August. We got Dr. Crystal Henderson. She is a member of the W.C. Young Community Center Board. So, Dr. Henderson, welcome. We appreciate
Thank
you coming
you.
on with us.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome.
Oh, is that me?
Don't worry about
Go
hey,
ahead and
it's first time. We gonna edit stuff if we had to, but this is all about fun and just talking about something we're all looking forward to doing. So before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and post up the flyer that you sent me. It'll pop us off to the side, and you can just give us the rundown about the 8th, the Emancipation celebration, and let everybody know how we got it going.
Okay. Well, thank you both for having me and having representation from the WC Young Community Center on your podcast. The 8th of August. So lately, in the past six 6 years now, I think, when Juneteenth was made a federal holiday. It was already a state holiday in Texas and a few other southern states, but it was made a federal holiday. And so a lot of attention, and rightfully so, a lot of attention was put on June 19th, 1865, which was the day that the Union soldiers came into Galveston, Texas, and notified the slaves, the enslaved people, that they were free and had been free for almost for over 2 years. But the plantation owners, the slave owners, even though they knew that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed and had been put into federal law on January 1st, 1863, they withheld that information. And so it wasn't until the Union soldiers came into Galveston in 1865 on June the 19th and made the announcement that the enslaved people in Texas knew that they were actually free. And they were the last group of enslaved people to find out. So everybody, there was a huge push for the recognition of that date, and it did become a federal holiday in 2021. I'm sorry, 2021. Um, and so a lot of people are, aware of Juneteenth, and there have been, celebrations across the country on Juneteenth. And Paducah actually started incorporating Juneteenth celebrations a few years ago. However, for Western Kentucky and Western Tennessee, June 19th is not our Emancipation Day. August 8th is the Emancipation Day for Western Kentucky and Western Tennessee, because that was the date when Andrew Johnson, when he was the military governor of Tennessee in 1863. So the proclamation was put into law on the 1st of January in 1863, and then in on the 8th of August, he freed his enslaved um, people in Tennessee, and that word spread through Western Tennessee and Western Kentucky. So that is actually our Emancipation Day. So we have the good fortune of having 2 days that we can
Yeah.
celebrate. We can celebrate the 8th of August, which is our day, but we can
Hmm.
also nationally and federally um, recognize Juneteenth. Uh, so we, have a couple of things that we can do for each year. But the 8th of August, again, it became a thing on the 8th of August in 1863. So basically, for 140 years now, it has been our day of celebration for our emancipation when we were no longer enslaved people. And the celebrations began almost immediately in the West Kentucky, Western Tennessee area. There are newspaper articles dating back to 1886, which was the first documented celebration in Paducah. There are celebrations all across, again, West Tennessee and Western Kentucky, all the way over, because Louisville used to have theirs on the 8th of August, call it Jubilee Day. There are celebrations all across, again, West Tennessee and Western Kentucky, all the way over, because Louisville, I think I got a little feedback. Theirs on the 8th of August, call it Jubilee
somebody's
Day.
talking
There
to
are
you?
celebrations all across, again, West Tennessee and Western Kentucky. I'm hearing my playback. Louisville, I think I got a little feedback. 8th of August, call it
I thought
Jubilee
somebody was
Day.
talking.
There
You're
are
like, how they gonna
celebrations
get
all
on our
across,
infiltrate our
again,
podcast and
West
not let us know?
Tennessee
We didn't let
and
you in
Western
here.
Kentucky. I'm hearing my
So you still
playback.
hearing that playback?
Louisville, I
Oh,
think I got a little feedback. 8th of August, call it
it won't play
Jubilee
on the
Day.
on the
Okay.
podcast. So you're
So
good.
I'll try to block it out and keep
That's
talking.
right.
So
So
again,
you still hearing that playback?
it is been celebrated since 1886
It won't play on the
as far as
so
getting
you're good.
media coverage and keep talking. So
So
again,
you still hearing that playback?
it is been celebrated since
That's really good.
1886
It won't play on the
as far as
so
getting
you're good.
media coverage and keep talking. So again,
So you still hearing that playback?
it is been celebrated since
That's really good.
1886
It won't play on the
as far as getting media coverage and keep talking. So again, oh, it keeps playing it back. Okay, so it is a thing that we have celebrated, and at one point, and people were coming back from people from Paducah or from the area were coming back each year for it's like a big homecoming, a celebration of family, fellowship, faith, rejoicing and celebrating accomplishments and things that have happened since the emancipation became real to us. And so, again, the first documented in the media was in 1886. So 140 years, it's been a documented thing, but it was happening even before then. And so every year we have our celebration surrounding August the 8th, usually from midweek until the following Sunday, and where it's a week of events ranging from a welcome event, a parade, a celebratory dance, a parade, events in the park, and then for the past 50, I'm sorry, yeah. For the past 50 years or so, we've had the Salute to Gospel as well. So in 1976, Mr. W.C. Young started the Paducah Community Center, which was focused on the enrichment of the African American community in Paducah, not just the South Side, which is where the community center is located, but the African American community as a whole within Paducah and McCracken County. The center is located on the South Side, so a lot of the events and activities occurred on the South Side, but it's focused on social justice, community advocacy, fair housing, again, social justice, so some political activism, but it is a nonprofit, so you have to be nonpartisan when it comes to things of that nature. So you basically focus on the issues and not the individual candidates that are out there. And so supporting the issues that benefit the African American community. And so the community center is one where it can be utilized for other organizations that need meeting space to provide that. for different programming that occurs, whether it is educational, economic, again, social justice, and then a gathering place for different fellowship activities. And that has been going on since the community center it began in 1976. It later became the W.C. Young Community Center in commemoration for W.C. Young, who actually started the community center and was a huge advocate for, again, the African American community within Paducah. And so since 1976, the community center has been the sponsor for the 8th of August activities. So this year is our actually Golden Jubilee. It is our 50th anniversary this year. And some people think that it's the 50th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation. It is not. It is 163 years for the Emancipation Proclamation, but 50 years for the community center sponsoring the 8th of August activities as the official sponsor. And so every year, again, people come back. Again, it capped out in the 10,000s at one point around the turn of the century. It has, decreased the amount of attendance, but we are seeing a resurgence over the past few years. In the COVID timeframe, there was, a significant decrease because of COVID and the inability to gather in large crowds, but we are slowly building that back up. And again, this year is our 50th anniversary. And so it is our Golden Jubilee, celebrating 50 years of heritage and hope. And we have a full week. Well, it's not even a whole week. It's Wednesday through Sunday, a full itinerary and agenda for each day of the celebration. And so there's something for everybody, for all ages, all genres, and throughout the day on just about every day. So I can do a quick run through of the events. So it kicks off Wednesday, August the 5th in the evening at 7 p.m., where we have our open house. And it's our welcome and our open house. And this year, because it is the 50th anniversary of the community center, we definitely wanted to highlight the community center itself and W.C. Young, Mr. W.C. Young, but we also are highlighting this year Dr. Stuart Nelson, who was an educator and also a social justice advocate and civil rights leader. And then we're also highlighting Lincoln High School, which was the segregated all-Black high school in Paducah until the integration occurred in, I believe it was late 60s, whenever they integrated and African Americans were allowed at Tillman and the other local high schools. And so we're honoring Lincoln High School as well, because of course, without institutions like Lincoln High School, West Kentucky Center, Training Center, and of course the churches in the area, we would not have been able to educate our people and provide them the training and the skills that they needed to take care of their families, but also take care of the community. And so we wanted to highlight those three particular areas. So we're going to have a panel at the open house with a couple of the past presidents of the board of directors for the W.C. Young Community Center. We're going to have a couple of Lincoln High School graduates. And then we're also going to have panel members from the Paducah Heritage Preservation Group speaking on behalf of Dr. Stuart Nelson and their organization, giving a little extra history as it pertains to Dr. Nelson. So that's the first thing that happens on Wednesday, and then immediately, and that's gonna be a couple of hours, and then after the open house, I think about it's 6 to 8. So after the open house, we're then going to have, and it's going to be located at the Civic Center. Then we're going to roll into line dancing. So we're going to be hanging out, fellowshipping, having some refreshments, and line dancing with me, DJ Karuk, and Miss Latanya Pleasant. um, as the instructor for the line dancing. And we're going to do that for a couple of hours. And then while that's going on for the adults, we're going to have a back to school dance at the community center and a phone party for our younger, for our kids at the center from 7 to 9. So that's Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're going to have a day party at the community center for Lincoln High School. It's mainly for the Lincoln High School graduates, but anybody can come through during the day party. But again, we wanted to do something special for our Lincoln High School graduates and attendees. And then that evening, we will have the Emancipation Mr. and Miss 8th of August pageant at Paducah Middle School. And later, or I think this one is 9 to 12. We're having a teen party at the community center, and so the teens are really excited. We got them on the promo and on the flyer, and they are really excited about having an activity specifically for them. So that's at the community center Thursday night. And then Friday on August the 7th, it's a full day. So we'll kick it off at 7 o'clock in the morning with the annual Emancipation Breakfast at Washington Street Missionary Baptist Church. And then following that at 11 o'clock, there is the Lincoln High School historical marker ceremony. So they're going to unveil the historical marker that's going to be placed for Lincoln High School. That will be at the community center. And then right after that, we're having a food giveaway with the Black Soil organization. It's an organization out of Louisville with it's like a fresh food farmers market type thing where they donate a lot of fresh produce and foods. And we will give it away until we give away packets of foods until we run out. And so that is at 1 o'clock at the community center. So people will drive up, will drop the boxes off in their vehicles, and then they'll drive on. And so that's at 11 o'clock. At 1 o'clock. And then that evening at 8 p.m. we have our gala, our Golden Jubilee Gala. We have an emancipation dance for the adults on the Friday night of the event, the week of events. And this year it's going to be huge because it's our 50th anniversary. So it's an actual gala where there is a live band. We'll have a short little program with some acknowledgments and a little short presentation regarding the history of the W.C. Young Center and the 8th of August. And then we'll roll into, we have a live band, the Unlimited Show Band from Louisville. They are the bomb. So you don't want to miss it. And so they will be performing. We have a plated meal. So it's a sit down plated meal, come, dressed to the nines and have a wonderful evening for just $40. So $40 a ticket, you get a full meal, live entertainment, and just a night full of fun with family, friends, and a lot of fellowship. So that's Friday night. Saturday, is another full day. So start taking your vitamins now. Start taking your vitamins and whatever else you need to get your energy up because it's ongoing. So on Saturday, we're starting off with our second annual 5K run walk that starts at the park at Robert Coleman Splash Park. It starts there and ends there, and the route goes through the south side of Paducah. And so it's our second year. We had a huge turnout last year, and so we're hoping to have the same, if not more, this year. So we start off with the 5K at 7 o'clock. Registration is a little earlier, but the actual race kicks off at 7 o'clock. And then at 10 o'clock, we have the parade being led by Lincoln High School as our grand marshals. And then we have the day in the park. We have the day in the park with a lot of activities. The Unlimited Show Band is going to do another set for us in the park. We have DJ Karuk, who's going to be on the ones and twos. We have C Rock from Detroit, who's going to do a set for us. We're going to announce and introduce the little Mr. and Miss from the Thursday pageant. We may have some karaoke, some talent show participants from earlier this year, and then, open stage for anybody who wants to come on up there. We got Miss Judy Calhoun, who's going to be our MC for the beginning part of the day. So a lot of activities. We'll have vendors on site, and then there's one other event. I won't necessarily say what it is, but it'll be a lot of fun if we can get it. We're still working to finalize it. So hopefully we'll be able to kick that off. There's going to be a Corvette, a car show happening at the same time. And then also during the day to give our Lincoln graduates a little bit of a break from the heat, we'll have a game day, almost like a little day party at the center on Saturday. I'm sorry, I can't remember the start time, but it is early afternoon for that at the center. And then after the events in the park, we're going to have movie night at dusk. So we'll have movie night. We haven't picked the movie yet, but no, we'll have a movie night in the park. So that's Saturday night. And then Sunday, we wrap up the week of events with our Salute to Gospel, which will be at Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church on the south side. We'll be featuring local churches, doing our Salute to Gospel praise through the decades. And so we'll be highlighting some artists from each decade, and the choirs will be performing a couple of selections from each decade. And so that's going to be a great hallelujah praise time and a wonderful way to wrap up the events for the week. So I think I've touched on everything as far as what we're doing activity-wise. You know what? One of these, it's either Friday or Saturday. We don't have it on there, but we're going to have a fish fry. I think that is Friday. Don't get me wrong, it's either Friday or Saturday. It'll come out. We have a newsletter that we have pushed out, and we continue. It's a live document, so as we add and update things, we get in the newsletter. So we'll make sure we'll send that to you, and we have it on our WC Young Facebook page. So please follow us there for any activities. And the additional things that we have going on is T-shirt sales and souvenir journal sales, and the opportunity to be a sponsor, which has certain incentives for different sponsor levels, and all of that is in the newsletter. So again, I'll send you that, send you the link to the newsletter as well, and all of that is posted on our WC Young Facebook page. So that kind of wraps up what it is, why we do it, how long it's been happening, and then what we're doing for this year. So thank you for the opportunity to share all of that information.
Outstanding. Guess we're going to go into a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And then from there. So you got any questions first, Keki?
No, I really don't. I just want to say the talking that you was hearing, that's my fault. My Facebook page was up, so that's where that was coming from. Tion hit me on the side and said, that's you. So I'm always doing something. So my bad on it.
That's the blooper. That's the blooper for the day. But let me go into a couple of questions if you mind me asking. Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask you is, what inspired you to become involved in this organization?
So I'm from Paducah, born in Tennessee, but lived in Paducah from 2 months until I left for college. I grew up there. My family, most of my family lived on the south side.
South side?
Street. Up south.
Sir.
Up south. We came from up south. Yeah.
Right.
And even though We moved out to Heath and to West Paducah when I was in second grade. I hated leaving Whiteside and all my friends, and but I still we still went to Harrison Street even when we lived out in the country. We went to Harrison Street, so I was still able to maintain some connection to all my folks in the city. Um, but I will be fully transparent that growing up wasn't necessarily the best time for me. And so when I left for college went to PCC first, and then I transferred to Louisville. And when I left for Louisville, I honestly had no intentions of coming back to Paducah. None was because it was just that much. And so over time, over years, I would come back for the eighth, and I still have family. I still have family in Paducah now, and come back to visit family and stuff here and there. But I still had no intentions of really spending time in Paducah. However, as I got older, time passed. Some of my friends that had went away came back and were living in Paducah, and so I started coming back for the eighth celebrations a little bit more in about 10 years ago, and I felt compelled to get involved. There was stuff going on, of course, socially, politically, there was stuff going on, but just the 8th of August is just special. It People come back from all over the world, come back home, and it truly is a homecoming. And the feeling of being welcomed and being able to fellowship, to catch up, spend time with family while also enjoying myself with the different activities, that was special. And so a couple of years ago, when I came back, um, it just kind of called to me that I could be doing more for my hometown, and I could be a little more involved. And the being on the board of directors of the community center gave me the opportunity, especially with the ability to do virtual stuff now and do virtual meetings. And it helped that where I live right now is only a couple of hours from Paducah, and so able to come back, intermittently and do some things. But it just felt like it was time, and it was the right time to get involved and just be a little more active in my hometown, and be the change. You know what they say, be the change that you want to see. So getting involved, still not necessarily involved to the level that I think I want to be and probably feel that I probably need to be, but it's a start. And so being on the board of directors give me the opportunity to give back to the community of Paducah, particularly the South Side, and just see where it goes.
So
Outstanding.
when you were you remember back in the days with 8th of August when we were teenagers, me and Tion, we dressed up the same. We had the same outfits on. So back in those days, you were there when you were a teenager, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
did you have your best friend with you and y'all had the same outfits on?
So not exactly the same, but similar. So me and Tassandra Wilson, Jonessa Milliken, and Don Dodd, Day Day, we were out and about and kicking it
Yeah.
for the eighth. Being places, like hanging out at the Brickhouse when maybe we weren't supposed to be, but we were hanging
Say
out
that.
and stuff. Yeah, but and hanging out, just out in the streets and the street dance and yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It was live. It was
Oh
the
yeah.
place to be.
Yeah. Back in the
Wow.
90s, like I said, we would drive to what was it, Tion? Carbondale to go to Macy's to get our outfits.
Man,
About
tell
about
you,
four or five
JC
people deep.
Penney's, Macy's,
Yeah.
Okay,
And we
okay.
had our
great
fits
time.
on, and like you said, we would hit the set, and
Mhm.
then my
Oh my
mom,
God, yes, the
oh
set.
yeah, my mom would shoot through there, and we dodging and ducking under cars so she wouldn't find us.
Right, right,
Oh no, my uncle was the chief of police, so he knew where we were at. He knew where we were at,
right.
and
Hold on,
my
talk about.
uncle
Hold on, who's your
Ozine
uncle?
Ozine died.
Assistant chief.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I was about to say, wait a minute, you cousin? Because
All
no,
right,
our
right.
uncle, Chief Patterson, was
yeah,
our uncle.
true. Okay, all right.
Yeah, look at us. Look at the black
Yeah,
people in the
no,
assistant
see,
chief and chief
see,
positions.
Yeah, so yeah, Uncle Ozzy knew where we were, and then my other uncle, Uncle Albert, he was on the set, so he kept an eye out for us and stuff. So
Oh
we were
yeah.
hanging out at Jerry's and
Yeah.
Marjorie's, and
Yep.
Man.
Dawson's
That
and
was the
all that.
spot. Yep. That
Mhm.
was the spot.
Yeah.
In places that we shouldn't be back then. But hey,
Right.
Right.
time, great
Right.
time.
But it was okay though because our
Hey, I got
parents
another question
knew.
for you.
Yeah.
So, what has been some of the biggest challenges you've had for this year's planning?
Well, marketing, and like say for my so the 5K, I bought the 5K in last year, and we had a lot of excitement. And again, I had about 70 people registered and 45, 50 that actually came out to the 5K. But thus far, I only have 23 people registered for the 5K this year going into it. So I'm hoping that's going to pick up. Vendors were a little slow so I'm going to do a push with last year's vendors to see if we can get more. So it's just participation. We're marketing as much as we can, trying to, get word of mouth out there. Um, but and then stuff it sometimes picks up at the very, near the end and stuff. But
That
it
that's
makes you
us.
worry. It makes you worry a little
Yeah.
bit as you're going in because the numbers are like, but even for the gala, um, the numbers are a little low right now. So we're just hoping that it picks up, and we keep pushing and marketing. So anything that people can do, word of mouth, to get the word out that we have a lot of stuff planned, and it's majority of it is free. I think the only thing that has a cost is the gala, uh, and if you buy a T-shirt or souvenir journal. I think those are the only things that really have costs tied to them. Everything else is pretty much free activities for the community. We just need engagement and participation.
So are y'all giving away T-shirts for the during? I know last year you gave T-shirts away for the 5K. Y'all doing that this year too?
Well, they weren't given away.
I mean, if you purchase, you purchase. I mean,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah, yes,
register, yeah.
yeah. If you purchase, because the 5K itself is free, but you can purchase the T-shirts through the 5K site, on site at the day of, or through the community center itself. And then we have online. We have links where you can actually do pre-orders for the journals and the T-shirts. But again, we sell them on site during the week as well. But most everything is free. We've been really really lucky with some of the sponsorships that we've gotten this year, and we're still beating the concrete, trying to get even more sponsors. But that is something that has been a huge positive trend this year compared to last year. So we are very thankful for that because that allows us to be able to put on the free events and even the gala, be able to have $40 tickets versus much higher prices that you would see with this type of event elsewhere. And so we're very appreciative of the sponsorships that we've received.
Right. I got one big question for you, but but we got two more folks coming in. Before we get to them, this last question: has the city of Paducah played a role in support of this celebration?
Yes. So we are in communications with the city. Our president has had at least a couple of meetings and continues meeting with them, and so they assist with some of the like at the park, like the power, um, some of the security type things. They're assisting with the parade. They, we're able to allow us to have the parade, the permit for the parade. The city has approved the 5K. The city has approved us being able to have the park for the weekend and to be open, late in the evening and stuff in the park. There are some other things that we're working with them to try to finalize. So I can't say yes to those things right now, but the conversations are being had, and then also with some of the marketing. We're working with the city on some of their sites that they advertise different activities and events that happen in the community. There's that, and then of course we'll work with the media to get promos on the TV news channels, as well as in the Paducah Sun. And so we do have community support from the city, as well as some other entities that many people don't necessarily think of when they think of the African American community. So we do have some allies and partners outside of our own community that are assisting and sponsoring the 8th of August this year. And they did last year too. Now I can only speak to the last couple of years because I've only been on the board since last spring.
Hey, so with that being said, those watching this podcast, those are the community. Please get out, support. It's really needed. Uh, any help you can provide, any support you can to make this a successful event, please reach out, Dr. Henderson and the team, to make this event
And
amazing.
our email address is wcyoungcenter at AOL.com. And you can also find us on Facebook, WC Young on Facebook.
Great,
I'm trying to
great.
type that while
Well,
you said
well,
WC
we
Young
definitely,
Center.
WC Young Center at AOL.com.
we definitely appreciate you taking your time out of your busy day to come on and provide insight, provide history, and just to let us know what we can do to support you in this event. And we were planning for it to be amazing as always. So,
Yes.
Hey, and you're
Yes.
our
Thank you.
first one. Well, first live guest. So
Okay.
again, we
mm,
appreciate you. We appreciate you doing this for us, and like Tion said, getting the word out about the 8th of August. We can't wait. Like I said, it
Absolutely.
bring us all back to our days as kids. Spanky, I see he just got in. He was running through the set like us and hiding over at
Mhm.
Aunt Betty's house at Blackburn Court.
Mhm. I
So we
mean, that's
appreciate you again.
honestly one of our goals is to take it back to how
Right,
it used to be and what we remember it to be, so that the younger generation can experience what we did, because it was live. It was
right,
the thing. We couldn't wait for the 8th of August and stuff.
right,
So we want them to feel the same energy and the same positivity, and just it's lit, as they say. We just want
right,
them to walk away feeling and talking about what we're gonna do next year.
right.
before you go, I
All
got
right.
one last question. Okay, wait,
Mhm.
okay. Hey, this last question: have you had the opportunity to talk to the local police department to see what security, what safety measures are going to be in place for the events throughout the weekend?
So I know they're gonna be present for the 5K because I set that up. So they will be with us throughout the entire thing. They will be around for they're there around for the parade and then for the activities in the park. As far as the other activities, we don't have specified police activity coming through, but that is something I can take back to Dr. Hudson, who is our board president, and talk through with the rest of the board to see if we need to, we haven't needed specific security for the events sponsored by the community center. But we can talk through it just to make sure that we're covering all bases. But I do know that at least for Saturday, they will be around on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. Again, Dr. Henderson, we appreciate you coming on and giving us a rundown on the 8th of August. As you all can see, we have two more people, P Town's finest, that have joined Double Cousins Unplugged. We have more, what is she? This 2026 Paducah Tillman Hall of Famer, Judy Calhoun's in the house.
Hello,
Track
hello.
star, track star.
Yes.
That's my soul roar. That's my soul roar.
Hold on.
Watch out now.
Now, I'm gonna let y'all have y'all fun. Go and throw your diamonds up. I mean, throw up your pyramids. I'm gonna let y'all have your fun.
Right.
All
Of
right,
course.
and also we have my classmate from the greatest class to ever come out of Paducah, Tim, class of
Oh
'93,
man.
Savage
Mm,
Shabazz, aka
mm.
Spanky. What's up with it, classmate? Let them know.
What's up, family? How's everybody?
Good
Peace and
spank.
love.
We're
Oh,
good.
good
We're
spank.
good.
What up?
Yeah.
All right, so as
Y'all outnumbered, Jimmy and Crystal. All three of us are cousins.
Uh-huh. That's all right.
We all family on here.
When all we need is really one delta, but when two or more are present, it's overwhelming. It is overwhelming.
We got this panel of all athletes is amazing.
all right, we got some more people coming in. Another classmate. See, that's how we do in the '93. Another classmate walking in the building. Shaquita's in the building.
What's up?
Hi
Hey,
there.
so what
Sorry
we
I'm
want to
late.
talk about? Oh, you're fine. We were late getting on. You should have seen some stuff I done. The bloopers you'll see later on.
Oh man. Yeah.
Got a blooper now. I got you muted, so I got to unmute you. So what we want to talk about, Dr. Henderson, she's already gave a rundown about the 8th of August events that are happening. She stated, Judy, you're going to be hosting some stuff. So we'll
Yes.
have to check that out. I'll have some fireworks or a water gun to shoot at you when you're up there with the microphone. So
And I'll have mine.
you just better have my cigar. That's what I'm saying.
Always.
Nice.
Um, but we got two more people that are supposed to come on. They are the owners of the Brickhouse, Latonya Pleasant and her sister Nisi. They're still trying
Yeah,
to
I know
get
she
logged
was
in.
trying to log on.
Yeah, I sent them another email, but we'll get to that. As y'all know, the Brickhouse had put out a statement, I believe maybe a week or two ago, and a lot of people start talking about it. A little upset about the way that they have to. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. The way they are going to allow people to be at the brick house. I mean, not at the be at the brick house, but how things are going to be put in
Look a little
place
different.
for them. Yeah, yeah. Can y'all see the platform? I mean, the flyer.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So as you know, last year, an unfortunate situation happened. We had a young lady that was killed during the festivities of everybody just hanging out on Ninth and Boyd. And the community, I think, over the last year or so, they've been trying to come up with a way to make things safe. And to Brickhouse, as any owner would do, they're trying to keep their business from catching any liability. So I'm totally with them on what they're doing on this. And
As
as you
am
can read it,
I.
you see it. So
Hmm.
anybody, what's everybody got? What you think about that?
Well, I
Go
personally,
ahead, Judy.
I personally support the action that they've decided to take because, in actuality, from what I understand, the owners had left the establishment when the shooting occurred. And even though they weren't on the premises, of course, everyone said it occurred at the brick house. It was in the community of the brick house, but bearing responsibility is what everyone felt that the brick house ownership was responsible in some kind of way. So I think it's very proactive. And some of the things that I've seen many communities do in Chicago and here in the DC area in order to minimize responsibility for violence in their community by saying, okay, we're going to do operational hours. We're going to do what we've traditionally done. They try to give us extra things in the community and provide some entertainment after hours. And unfortunately, a few make the decision for many. There are choices that must be made, and I support the establishment on the recommendations that they have and have presented for the community. I
Yeah, it's
hope
so
that it's
unfortunate.
something that can. It is. We
You
enjoy
know,
it.
because that used to be that part that spot, part of 8th of August is the brick house, the set,
Get your
the
best
community
after
center,
hours
and the
food.
park.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the day when um the street was packed, everybody was out there. But what I remember though is that the police department the police officers used to actually be within the crowd,
Right.
mixing
And
and mingle
interacting.
and interacting and in the crowd. But I don't recall seeing that in the later years. So I don't know if that could potentially be something that's discussed or talked about for future years and stuff beyond this one. But I think that probably made a huge difference having police presence within the crowd and the activity versus being they're there, but they're just on the outskirts. They're outside of the barrier versus being intermingled and mixed in with the crowd. So I think that's something that should be discussed further and kind of talked through and considered for future stuff.
What about you,
Well,
Simon?
I agree with you 100. I agree with you 100%. But to piggyback off of that, uh, I'm not sure. Have they ever considered having whenever you have a big event, you have a big event liability insurance. So if you're going to come work on my lawn or whatever else, then I have that liability insurance which covers me, but also covers you. It's a small price, to cover people who come out there to cook. You pay that $50 cheapest up to $250 for $1 million liability insurance that will cover you and your area. On top of that, also having, like you said, the police there closing off the streets to ensure no cars are parked there, that will allow people to fellowship and have a great time. So I agree with them 100%, but to me, there could be things that could be taken to at least try to minimize the madness.
I think
Yeah, and
I
I'm
totally
sorry. Go
agree
ahead, Savvy.
with the changes that they've made. Um, I look at it at my age now. I'm 50. I have no business out there anyway. I party with people with suits and Stacey Adams nowadays. People, I don't listen to Pooh Shiesty and Sexy Red. I listen to Mel Waiters and Johnny Taylor. So I have no business out there, right? But I still will run into people out there. But I think what happened with them being closed, I don't think the city had a plan. I don't think they had a strategic plan for something like this to happen. The year before, someone was shot. There was not a lot of uproar about that. The year before that, 6 people got shot. And there's been other instances when homicides has happened during the 8th of August, too, all the way back to the 7th as well. And they've never implemented a strategic plan for what could happen. Well, last year, we had this innocent bystander that was in the right place doing the right thing, and she lost her life. And I feel like the city got caught with their pants down, and they don't want to take accountability for that. And that's why we're hearing so much backlash toward the Brickhouse. As far as the vendors, I don't think that's fair with the vendors. We always talk about support Black businesses. This is an opportunity for Black businesses to network and thrive and get their businesses out there. So maybe we could have gotten together and had a designated place for just vendors, for people to go to and get food. But to completely eliminate them, I don't think that was fair by the city. But I think we're really looking at accountability here, because you can't hold the brick house accountable when they were closed, right? So I think that's one of the big issues, is getting a strategic plan together to keep everybody safe during the holiday.
Right.
Well, and the
I think
other
one of the
thing on that
go ahead.
is that we got this focus on the 8th of August, but that is 5 days. The other 360
Excuse me
days of
one
the year,
second,
stuff is
Crystal.
happening. Uh-huh.
Crystal, Latanya could not log in, so I have her on my phone. She can hear us, and she's going to try to communicate with us this way. So we're going to try that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear them? Go ahead.
Yes, I can hear them. Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Go ahead, Tanya.
What's up? I
Tanya
couldn't get
is
in for some
the
reason, but I'm listening.
okay. That's fine. As long as we can hear you. Latanya is one of the owners of the Brick House. So we're talking about the event and your decision to orders operations that you put in place for the 8th of August this year. So I'll leave it. I'll give you the mic and give us a rundown of why y'all made that decision and what's going on with it.
Well, one thing is that decision had to be made, and it was higher. I hope you all can hear me.
We can.
But that came from the alcohol. They came from higher. So one thing about it is, if we know the history of the 8th of August, the inkwell, the dungeon, the set, we know that they're going to find a place, the community is going to find a place to hang out, to meet and greet like we used to.
Mm-hmm.
We used to love to go to hang and see our friends that we hadn't seen in a long time. So it just so happened that right now, the Brickhouse is the only place. It's not Happy's, it's not the set, it's nothing. So that's where they've been hanging, and until this incident happened, and it's being blamed on the Brickhouse. So everybody higher than this board is coming down on the Brickhouse. LG, the Brotherhood is still part of the Brickhouse, and they're coming down, and they're coming down hard. So the decision had to be made that people have to go somewhere else. It had to go somewhere else. We had to protect the business. We had to protect the only black club in the community, unless we can go hang at the riverfront, because everybody can't afford to go to those dances. And we just, regardless of what happens, where they go, everybody can't afford them. We always have, as a people, mingled out in the community on the street just to meet and greet. Mm-hmm. So that's why the decisions had to be made. It's the alcohol. It's ABC in Frankfort, Kentucky. It's the police. It's all of it. And they're doing their job. But they can only do so much because it's up to us. And right now, it's just cut it off.
Right.
It had to be cut off to save the business.
Right. So I think one of the issues,
the music.
I think Crystal said it earlier, that over the last few years, the police, they would be walking through the crowds and everything, but the last few years they weren't walking through the crowd. From what I heard, some people were like, well, they are harassing us and blah, blah, blah. My thoughts on that is, I don't care about them harassing you. If you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, you should be harassed. But then, I mean, now there was one year that there was some crazy stuff with the Paducah Police Department out there. That guy who ran it that year, he's no longer with the Paducah Police Department. He was in Livingston County a few years ago. But last year, to me, I guess they had a drone out there. I don't know what the drone is supposed to do, but without the police presence, you had people out there, and we all know I saw the people with the guns, the pew-pews. Let's make sure we say that so we don't have the algorithm problems. But they were out there with the pew-pews and all that stuff. And I've said this before, as far as with that young lady, we as a community failed, myself, other people. We saw the kids out there with them. We should have called and reported that, and maybe that wouldn't have happened. But hopefully, I don't know if they can't be on the grounds this year out in the streets, how they're going to stop them, to be honest with you, from still congregating in the streets. But I just think if the police presence is out there like they are for the for the barbecue on the river, they're out there doing that. When they have those things in Lower Town, they're out there. When they're out there during Juneteenth. So why can't you just be walking through the 8th of August? I mean, as Savvy said earlier, there's been several years of shootings going on. Well, you need to be present because those are the main areas. That's the main time. Unfortunate that 8th of August is when this stuff goes on, which is ridiculous. So I just think the police need to have their presence out there. I was in contact with the assistant chief Hodges, and he sent me an email. I was trying to get them on, but he couldn't get on. He sent me an email later on in the program. I'll read off what he told me. So that's just my thoughts on it. I think that there just needs to be a police presence at all times.
Well, it's and
First
that
of all,
is
before
goes
the 8th
along
of
with.
August.
I was just
Go
going to
ahead,
say that
Crystal.
goes along with the fact that they want to focus on, all this stuff happening during the 8th of August, but that's 5 out of 365 days. The other 300 days, stuff is happening. There are shootings, there are murders, there are or unaliving, for your algorithm. But there are things occurring throughout the city, and it's not just in our neighborhoods, in down in those bars, in the different areas. Stuff is happening,
Downtown.
and it's not good stuff. But you don't hear about that. But let one little thing
Mhm.
happen during the 8th of August, and
Mhm.
it is blown up and stuff. And so there needs to be the same level of attention that you give to the other stuff. Then that's what you need to give to us during the 8th of August. And if you're going to
Right.
give that high speculation and that high attention during the 8th of August, well, do that for the other 300 days of the year for the rest of the city, because
Right.
that is stuff that is happening all the time, not just
Mhm.
those 5 days of the week.
Mhm. You're right.
Yes, I mean, like
And
I actually hated that this year that the 8th of August you're not going to be able to be out there and mingle, because that's where I've always saw any of my classmates that I went to school with was
Yes,
during that time. Mind you, I do go
yes.
early because I am trying to get back to bed because I go to sleep pretty early. But my whole thing is like last year I did not go out, and the lady who actually lost her life was one of my students at the high school, and that was a hard hit for me. Along with other things that happened within the school that particular year, so I had two hits all at once. I hate it for her, and I hate it for her sister and her family. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like that there are certain times that you should be out and about, uh, doing, trying to celebrate. You can celebrate throughout the day. Yes, it's hot going to the park, but at that particular time, if you are in a certain situation, I feel like you should be at home. Uh, am I saying this right? No. Am I saying this wrong? No. I'm just saying that I just feel like, as I grew up, like back in my day, we didn't go out and hang certain times when we was dealing with certain situations. We was always at home. Um and but
And we
this
weren't
this
allowed to because our
we
parents were out there.
Mhm.
exactly. So like now this
Mhm.
generation they just out all times, all the time. And nobody is holding them accountable.
No
But the,
parenting.
the brick
Yeah.
house shouldn't be held accountable for the things that happens. Yes, there are vendors that be out there. Should they have access? I mean, should they have to pay like a fee? Maybe, but it's not their fault that people are out doing crazy things. I mean, like we just had an incident happen just like a couple of nights ago. It's not even the 8th of August, and they're already still acting a fool. So, like, it's just the young people in general. I mean, like, what happened to the fights? I mean, like, get a black eye healed and keep it moving. Like, what happened to those days? Those days are no longer. It's always everybody want to pull out a gun for what? Y'all cannot fight. What happened to it?
my question would be is what role is the local leaders having in engaging and having that conversation with the city, the police department, and asking those tough questions? Hey, are you going to be there? What role can you play into alleviating any issues that may happen? Are the local leaders in Paducah doing anything other than just putting on an event? I mean, because engagement is important, safety is important, and if they're not getting out there in the front talking to the local city and seeing what they can do to make it safer for the community. To me, that's where it starts at. Getting
Now, I
we
have to
can sit here and
kind
talk
of
all day,
disagree
but
with you
think,
a little bit, because it actually starts in the home.
well,
And we
true,
have
true.
a we have a we have a huge issue with with the people not being held accountable at home, with whether it be their parents, their family members, their friends. People are not being, yes, there is definitely a public safety part of this and a community engagement part of this. But the third leg is home training and personal accountability. And so, and we haven't really been able to get after that because, and we see this in the schools all the time. The parents don't want to take accountability, and they want the schools to raise their kids and to do the things that should be happening at home, and then want to wonder why little Johnny ain't passing to the next grade, little Johnny ain't doing this, ain't doing that. But then when you try to hold the people accountable or discipline in whatever manner that you're allowed to do, then the parents get mad at you and then they want to cuss you out and do whatever. And this is not just our people. This is not just an African American community. This is happening with all these little kids of all ethnicities and social groups and stuff. And so there is a lack of personal accountability and a lack of respect for other human beings that we have a huge problem with. And until we find a way to make some changes in that arena, we can talk to the police in the city all day long, but they can only do so much. Now, we need them to do probably a little more than what they're doing, and a little more engagement from the community and offerings of things to keep the, out of mind is the devil's workshop. So keeping people and the kids and stuff engaged. But until we get that personal accountability and a respect for other human beings and for life, just a respect for life, some of these people have no regard and no respect for the lives of others or themselves, their own lives. And so if you don't respect your own life or somebody else's, there ain't too much more that anybody outside of you can do. And so I think it starts with the individual, then with the home, then with the community. And if we can get all of that in line, then we'll start seeing some positive change.
I think another thing that's the problem is social media. These kids are all about clicks.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to sit there and pop up these pews and everything on their posts and all this stuff. Well, first off, I've always said this, that if you live in Paducah and you're trying to be a thug, you're an oxymoron. You're a moron first, but you're definitely an oxymoron. And the fact that you're sitting here walking around with these pews, people are recording, you're recording. If something happens, somebody's phone is going to the police department. You're not going to get away with it. So put your little pews away, come out, have fun. As Crystal said earlier, if we can't be at the Brickhouse or whatever, find some of the other events that are going on. A lot of these things that she listed earlier, they are things about the culture. Some of y'all need some culture. Be part of that. Find something better to do than wait to get out there and twerk and record yourself being twerked on for people to see you acting ignorant. Somebody gonna cuss me out when they see me in the street, but I expect nothing less. Go ahead, Spanky.
Spanky.
I hit off what Crystal was saying about accountability, and it starts at home. But I think she was a little soft about saying it.
Well,
we got some bad parent issues going on. See,
yes.
I say what I want to say. I don't work for nobody. I understand that, but I'll pick up where you left from. We got some bad parenting going on.
Mm-hmm.
And when you address the
parents, not parents.
Yeah. When you address the parents, you become the bad guy.
Yep.
When you got young kids and you work with them about gang violence, anti-gang, you work with them all day and you take them home, and their mother answers the door with blue shoes, blue jeans, blue shirt, blue nails, blue lipstick, blue hair. She's a Crip too. This is what I get here where I'm at. So it's a real problem with the parents. Parents are not raising their kids; they're raising their friends.
Yep.
In regards to the police, yeah, I think it would be a lot safer if they walk through. But you got to put yourself in the shoes as a police too. Times have changed. Part of the young people's culture is to pack a gun, just like they put on the baseball cap to match. This is what the bag is for. What do you think goes inside of those bags? It's part of the culture and it's part of the outfit. A police officer has a 9mm with 17 shots. Do you really think I want to go into a crowd with an AR-15 and a Draco? I don't have a chance. So you got to put yourself in their shoes too. Do you really want that to happen? So I think it has to be a strategic plan on every year to keep people safe. But also, I remember when it happened last year, we also had a big meeting about the violence that happened that night. And there was a lot of people, you talked about leadership that talked about the importance of getting these groups together, getting in these schools, getting with these parents, organizing these violence prevention groups. Nothing happened after that.
Mhm.
So it's not just the young people and the parents, it's the community too. They got a responsibility too. And if you're gonna have a violence prevention program, do it. But you just can't have one meeting with the community and then just say that's it. That's not gonna work. Because we've seen what happened ever since that meeting happened. It's continued ongoing, ongoing, and ongoing.
Right.
And the unfortunate thing that often happens is during the 8th, the perpetrators of the crime are not local citizens. And it's very
Yeah.
challenging because
Yeah.
if I know I see Miss Crystal's daughter out there, such and such and such, I'm still going to say something to them. There's some kids I taught in the school system, I know their kids. And I can still feel comfortable saying something to them and reaming them in. But all of this melee of takeover when groups of kids come in 20s and 30s and they're just doing things for the attention, see who can outdo who, you don't see the same kid. They become someone else, and that's a challenge too. Like you said, parents that aren't parenting, I just want to know who. I sat here the other day in my town in this car when Jesse went in the store, saw these two little guys that look like us go in the store with backpacks. They came out of the store right when he went in and they came out right before. So they didn't have the decency to walk away from the property. They flipped their backpacks from their back to the front, unzipped them, started opening food that they had stolen. Jesse told me, he said, oh, they went there getting boar's head meat, bread, deli stuff. I was like, what? And the people were standing at the door watching them because they do not want to accost them. They know what else could be in those bags. But I want to know what parent doesn't know that their kids coming in here with things that they know they didn't buy and they're okay with it. It's just overwhelming to me. And that's a problem we cannot do anything about if the parents don't. That is the bottom line. But we do know what can happen if you get caught and you're doing that, then someone else takes over the law, and we can't protest and fight the police when you're doing something that's violating the law. You just
Right.
can't. The police do walk around. I remember when they would walk around and talk to different people out there
Hmm.
when we would be up there after the events at the Brick and all around that community. But they were engaging with you. But I also remember when they all lined up in riot gear at the end of Boy, and I went
That's
and
what
asked
I'm
them, "What are
talking
you
about.
all doing? Trying out
Yep,
some new
that's the one I'm
equipment?
talking about.
Do you really think this is effective?"
Hmm.
I said, that was the first year after Chief Berry left. They
Hmm.
had written a grant, they said, and got all this Kevlar and stuff. I said, that's ridiculous. I mean, I stood straight in front of 7 of them standing there. I said, I don't even know what the purpose of that is. You're not antagonizing us. We're here to have a great time. There are some people in the crowd that may be doing something they should. Go find them. This is not the way to do it, though. Just too many things to deal with at one time. But you need to come up with two things and deal with them as a community, period.
A lot of great points, but I think that our focus now should be on what can we do temporary right now for the 8th coming up, right? We can't take care of parents a lot right now. We can have that conversation more as we continue to engage on the podcast and later on more conversation. But what can we do right now to ensure that we have a safe 8th of August event uh, at the Brickhouse, in the park, and the surroundings? So, and that's what I mean by engagement, talking, hey, seeing what role they're going to play in helping to minimize any safety problems.
Okay, well, let
Because
me go ahead and read
Leadership
the.
even
is
the stuff
leading the
that
police.
Go ahead, Crystal.
I was like, even the measures that the Jones family has taken in regards to the brick house, that will pretty much take care of what's happening inside the brick house. But they didn't. It wasn't there. It wasn't theirs to control before, and it's not theirs to control now. Outside, there's nothing preventing people from still aggregating
Right.
and getting together on the street outside. So the police
Right.
still need to come up with a plan for
Hmm.
how they are going to do community policing on that street, because it's still going to happen. There's
Yeah.
still going to be
Yeah.
people gathered there.
Yeah. They're still going to congregate there regardless of that
Yeah.
situation. Let me read you what the assistant chief sent me. He said some of the proactive measures that the PPD is going to be using. Let me mute Judy. I don't want her giving out her social security number. The Paducah Police Department has participated in planning meetings with the property owners and local businesses in the area to discuss safety, logistics, and event coordination. We have attended multiple planning meetings with organizers of permitted events where discussions have focused on enhancing the safety and overall success of the celebration, particularly in the 900 block of Boyd Street. To this point, no one has been willing to apply for permits in the area. I think they're talking about, like you were talking about, Tion, for vendors. If you want to permit to sell food on the street, maybe that's what that's about. But no one's done that at the moment. We have developed an operational plan that includes additional staff and resources in the event area to promote public safety, respond quickly to incidents, and ensure lawful operations throughout the festivities. We encourage attendees to report any suspicious activity and safety concerns to law enforcement. We want the public to know that our officers will be present throughout the celebration, and we are committed to responding quickly, effectively to any issues that arise. Our goal is to provide a safe environment where everyone can enjoy the event responsibly and illegally. So I think they know that people are still going to be out there. So just be present, walk through, and that's a start right there. Walk through. If you see something going on, um, got your body cams that'll protect you, and talk to the people. We all want to have fun out there. I'm sure people out there will engage with the police to say, "Hey, we can take care of that." If there's somebody's out there acting like a roughneck, maybe somebody can talk to them and say, "Hey, we'll get it handled."
They just don't need to be antagonistic from the jump
True.
out there. There is a way to talk to people, even if you are making an inquiry of what's happening, what's going on. There's a way to treat people like respectfully, but still have accountability and stuff. And so, it can't be like we've seen in other locations and other cities where the immediate response is riot gear, tear gas, the beanbag artillery. Yeah, that all that's going to do is make things worse. So
Right.
as they are planning and prepping and training, one, they need to not be scared of their own shadow, but two, treat people like decent human beings. And even if it requires their engagement of something, they need to again treat people respectfully as they're doing it and de-escalate and not escalate the situation.
Right. Some of our
I'll say,
people jumped
I'll
off.
say
I
this.
think they're big. Go
I
ahead, Spanky.
totally agree, Crystal. Um, Dr. Henderson. I got a couple of friends that's doctors, and I love calling them doctors, so I'm going to address you as Dr. Henderson too, right? But I totally agree, right? I've been out there and seen the police walking through. I've seen it. But that didn't mean that I take my drink, my bottle, and pour it right in his face. And pour it in a cup. If I was to smoke, I will smoke back away from the police. I'm not going to light anything up right there in their face so they can do their job, right? So it's a way that we have to conduct ourselves too, not to get that type of attention, because I don't want that attention. If I have a drink out in public, I'll pour it in a cup and leave my bottle somewhere.
But
They
I
want to turn the
think
bottle up right there in front of the police and say anything.
yeah, I think something about it, Spanky, is that I don't even think they care during the 8th of August about you drinking. They know it's going down. That's a waste of time. And even smoking a little Zaza, I don't really think they're caring about that to press you on it, because it's all they're gonna do is give you a citation if they do engage with you about it. So, but definitely the drinking, they know that's happening. I don't think they're gonna jump anybody out there about drinking because they know what's happening. Same thing like at Barbecue on the River and the stuff down at Lower Town. People are walking around with beer in their hand, so they might be a little lenient about the drinking part for sure. Y'all getting too quiet for me now. Come on.
What
I'm
about
waiting for
the
the next
what
question.
about the AR-15s hanging on your shoulder walking around?
Yeah, that right there, that's different. They need to tackle them.
But here's the thing, and I just wrote this down because it just hit me. That could be an issue for Paducah Police because we do have an open carry state.
Yeah,
So that
and then
means do they run up on everybody that has a gun? Because we have licenses. So now you're stopping searching everybody that has a license to pack a gun. We have an open carry state. How do you know who does and who doesn't? So I think that's something they probably don't want to get into either with that bill being passed.
yeah, and then that just got passed open today. That just started today, right, with
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
18-year-olds. But I think with the long pew pews and everything, you have to be 21 or older to purchase those. And some of these kids, they ain't looking like they 21. So the police can still come if you even have one. The police can still come up and question you about it. They have legal ramifications about it if how far they can go with questioning. But if someone's out there with a pew pew, for what? For one reason, they need to go and run up on them and question them. Why do you have that out here? This is about a celebration of the freedom of Black people. What do you need to have this out here for?
Yeah, and like the point that Judy made is so true. Um, just it's usually people who are not from Paducah that are creating the problem and the chaos. So what do we do? What do we do about them?
Now, some of them, there are
I mean,
some
there are
local,
some.
there
There
are
are
some
some.
locals that were in on some of the stuff that's been going on too. So we ain't gonna just throw it on the people from across that little city in Illinois and all other towns. So, so we got our local morons too. But again,
I
it's
think.
just
I mean,
go ahead, cuz.
I may be wrong, but I think that the local community can limit, even though the law's been passed. They can designate certain areas during certain time periods on having pew pews with you. I know, like for example, if you go to Walmart, Walmart can say, "Hey, no, we can't have a pew pews in the store." So I I'm pretty sure that they can sit there and limit if when it comes a big gathering that they can sit there and say, "Okay, this area is now designated no carry or whatever," even though you are authorized to carry if you have your uh, no conceal license. So it's more about getting that word out, letting know what folks can do and can't do, and then just like I said, just getting involved, speaking, you know.
Well, my thing with the law that they just passed and everything is that if y'all want to see it get repealed, y'all tell a bunch of y'all Black friends start buying some guns. I bet that'll get repealed real quick.
Mhm.
It'll be so
Good point.
quick.
Too many heavy weapons. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Good point. Hey,
But
Judy.
yeah,
I see you had a question. You went off. Did you want anything to say?
Yes. Though I had chicken on the phone, she said she had something she wanted to say about it. It kicked her out, kicked me out too. So I just was able to log back in. She's having problems logging back in. So what I'd like to do is to get her back on the phone and give her an opportunity to say what she wanted to.
okay.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, chicken. I have you back on so you can go ahead and say what you wanted to speak on earlier.
We're having this meeting, and I see what 4 or 5 people, but in that town hall meeting, they was big and bad. They were talking about a permit that we were supposed to have. I'm gonna put it out there. So if we had that permit last year, Officer Hudson's death would have been blamed on the Brickhouse. Do you know it's a lot going on that you don't know? Officer Hudson's death would have been blamed on us because he was out there during the 8th of August. That was the word that got back to me. So it's real big. We haven't educated ourselves 364 days. We haven't educated ourselves or talked as a community with the police. We're still not. Somewhere we're not connected. So yeah, people might gather, but we had to hire extra security to say you can't stay, you can't be on our property. So now it's going to be up to June. I don't know what June is going to do. I'm hearing she's saying a lot on social media, but I don't know. I'm not going to keep being on social media like that. But we haven't sat at the table and talked. It happened in the street. So if she had got killed on the Brickhouse property or June's property, but it happened in the street, then it would have been blamed on each one of us. That was a law, but it happened in the street. So that put it on the city.
Yeah. So Chicken, what do you?
Somebody, I'm just giving you a rundown, and everybody talking at that town hall meeting, and ain't nobody educated nobody on nothing. They educated the kids. Nobody's been educated that this is what we do during the 8th of August. We go out there, we have fun, we lolly. There's no music, there's no nothing. It's going to be extra security. I need you to stay off the Brickhouse property. All we doing is putting a fence up between each other. We always got to be guarded. We always got to be gated. We always got to be closed in. When we should just go out there and just something has changed. All of us are sitting here talking, but something has changed. I don't care if Dad, the Brickhouse, closed at 12 o'clock. I just want to get out and get home safe. From what I seen last year, peaceful, soulful, like angels was in the Brickhouse. We opened that door to leave. I thought I was in a movie video. I thought I was in a war zone. I was like, what the hell is going on out here? And no presence, just a bunch of drones flying around. And we came and got a warning. We got a warning that Friday morning. Some people came over to the Brickhouse from the police department and said, hey, I heard this is going to happen. This is what can we do for you? And I asked them, I said, can you have police present? He said, we don't have enough police is what he said. We talked to him that Thursday or Friday morning. He said, we don't have a police. I said, if somebody's coming in off of a break, can they just ride through here? He said, we'll see. And we've never seen them. And they sit there and they watched everything happen. We are responsible for policing our own self. Yeah. But that alcohol man there, after, I don't even know if the Brickhouse is going to be open this year. Because, baby, it's a lot going on right now. With that alcohol man, all these letters, all this stuff is going on. And I don't really care. I care that my community has somewhere to go, but I don't care because I got to get home safe. Mm-hmm. I want my people, and I want to have fun with my people, but I don't. At this point, I don't care. I'm letting y'all know it's real big. It's real big, and the police them are focusing on the Brickhouse, but nobody's focusing on educating the community. I see a text message. Somebody posted something that they get ready to shut it down. I'm not going to tell you who. I'll send you what I seen on Facebook. But it's not going to come out of my mouth that it's some people on the NAACP that's trying to shut it down. Baby, it's big.
You talking about shut down 8th of August celebration or?
Trying to shut it down.
Trying to shut what down?
The Brickhouse.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And as communing with people late at night. That's what they trying to shut down. They try to shut it all down. Go down Broadway. Have you ever been down Broadway and seen the 8th of August sign? Welcome to 8th of August. Have y'all ever been down there? Ride down there one 8th of August and say, welcome 8th of August, Emancipation Proclamation. Ride down to the riverfront one day during the 8th of August and see if you see that sign. They're celebrating something too. I'll never forget that year that I seen that. It's big.
What were you saying, Spanky?
I was saying I felt like once all of this happened, I feel like the city, the same way they did the set, I feel like that they want that property that you all have.
Yep.
And they're not going to take accountability for it. And this is an opportunity for them to
They
push forward.
stated as much.
I feel like they want that property of y'all's, and they want that property across the street.
But we haven't stuck together in order to keep that property. You see what I'm saying? No one has, those men in that town have not sat down and say, how can we keep this property? See, we're doing it, all five of us are doing it together. But they can't them OGs can't sit down together. They can't sit down together. They want everything that we have.
Yeah.
I don't care. I care, but I don't care.
I understand.
So again, I feel like that's what the plan is.
The license and that club is gone. It's over. You'll never see another club in Paducah, Kentucky. You won't. The Brickhouse might end up being like that Hotel Metropolitan, you know. But they want that property.
What we saying,
Chicken, y'all ought to look into seeing if the Brickhouse can be registered as a historical property, historical location, and then can't nobody do nothing with it once it gets deemed that.
That's a good point.
And I heard that also.
I found it interesting that they don't have the staff.
LG and the brothers.
Go ahead, Spanky.
I also find it interesting that they don't have the staff to secure places like that. Because I remember when they came in my house, they had police from Lone Oak, Paducah Police, the Sheriff Department, Mary Police. They had the backup for that one person that was up in that house, me.
Well, they had it for the.
So why don't you have the?
They have it for the Juneteenth, for the 4th of July, for Labor Day. They have the additional staffing when they want to have the additional staffing.
Right.
And we're talking about the leaders and the men that can't sit down. You're talking about a city that sit here and watched somebody, the superintendent in blackface, and they did nothing.
Yeah.
They did absolutely nothing. Was the man racist? No, I don't know. I don't know. But I know what he did was a racist act too. And nobody did anything about it at all. Nobody held anybody accountable for it. And what he ended up doing was getting a raise.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and none of them, you never heard any of them come out and speak out about it. Not a one. So I think one of the other things, even though they're trying to get prepared for the 8th of August, as Dr. Henderson said earlier, things going on 365 days a year. Don't just now start trying to put things in place. You should have been doing this from day one. Just like everybody, they put their budgets together. We all put budgets together. You put your budgets together. You get a plan together for each fiscal year that you got going on. You know the 8th of August is something. Y'all making a bunch of money off of it. These hotels are making money off of all the people coming in town. So hey, let's go ahead and get some. And I don't remember hearing anything about any of these community meetings or anything myself. But there should have been something in place for the last 365 days about let's get people involved in how we can do this. If y'all going to keep if we got the Brickhouse operations the way they want to do it, we're going to keep that out. So what else can we do to guide people to go do some of these other events going on? What can we do? What are our plans? Because the people are still going to hang out on 900 Boyd Street regardless. And we haven't heard anything about it. Even what I read, what is the city's plans to keep order? Do you you should use the same thing that you used during the barbecue on the river to keep order. You should have at the 900 and Boyd Street. What's the difference?
Well,
we know what the difference is.
We know the main difference.
But hey, we're gonna make the best out of it, and do what we can to ensure that everyone is safe and have a great time. Um,
We've hit
but
100.
hey,
100. Go ahead, cuz.
no, you got it. It's been
Okay.
great conversation.
Yeah. We've hit an hour and 30 minutes. And Tiant, I'm proud of us. We
Man,
didn't say one cuss word.
man,
Not one. Not one. Hey, whoever that lady I was talking about last week, you should be proud of me. Next time you
yeah.
see me, you better give me some props on that. Hey, but one thing about it, next week, if you all would like, we're going to talk about, we talked about the eighth, and we did touch base on these young kids. As was
Mhm.
brought up earlier, we know that there was a unfortunate incident that one of our young kids in the city was on the live this a few days ago. We got to talk about that.
Mm.
So, anyone who's watching Facebook, I see we got several people on the YouTube channel watching us. If you want to engage, get on here with us. Just send me a message or email so we can get you linked in. But next week, we're going to do another one of these live streams, and we're going to talk about what we can do to get these kids to act like they got some sense.
And
Is
one
it
thing that I would like to say is, I would love to see some of you parents that let your kids run the streets get on live and tell us why
Mhm.
you do that.
Yes.
Tell us why your kids are
Yes.
out all times of night and you don't know where they're at. Tell us why your kids have
Mhm.
weapons and you're not aware of that. Come give us your response or why you let your kids do whatever they want to do and why you shouldn't be held accountable. If you got enough courage to get on here,
Mhm.
we welcome you. Because trust me, it's going to be a lot of hard questions asked.
Hey, another thing about it, Shaquita said it earlier. Whatever happened to fighting? And I'm just gonna quote Pops from Fridays: "You win
mm-hmm.
some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day." Now, there's
Yeah.
lives been
Yes.
taken, and now two lives because right now it's alleged, but a situation is in play that the young, uh, the perpetrator, the
14.
alleged perpetrator, the alleged perpetrator who did this, now his life is going to be is in
Yeah.
jeopardy behind bars or anything. So
A 14-year-old taking the life of a
alleged,
17-year-old.
Ooh.
alleged,
Alleged.
alleged. Yeah, yeah.
Alleged.
Let's not
Ooh.
don't be trying to get us sued on her, Judy.
So
Wow.
when you have inside information,
I know, I know.
but you're right.
All right,
But
well,
hey,
I was
hey,
I
you,
was
Something has to
too
happen.
go ahead, Spanky.
I was too afraid of running into your mom in the streets to be out doing
We talked
everything.
about that.
My
We
mom
talked
didn't have
about that
to.
earlier.
Yeah,
man,
That's the
yeah.
thing. We had community. We had a village.
Right.
We had community
Yes.
parenting.
listen,
You trust and believe if Miss Norman saw us cutting up, we won't get in trouble with Miss Norman. Then we won't get in trouble when we got home. If
Hmm.
the mothers at the church, if the deacons and deaconess saw us clowning on Sunday, oh, we're gonna get it at church, but we're gonna get it when we get home.
Hmm.
That's not a
mm,
thing anymore.
Yeah.
Aunt,
Yeah.
Aunt
But you
BB,
guys,
Aunt
we are
BB
those
used to used to
adults.
Aunt BB used to pull the switches
Yeah.
out on us and the belts.
The
Yeah.
the buggy
We
whips.
Hmm.
man, we couldn't get away from it. If she didn't
Mm-mm.
get to you, another auntie didn't get to you. Another auntie didn't get to you, then a good close friend of the family get to you.
Yep.
There was always somebody out there, an adult, making sure that we was doing what's right.
Yep.
Right.
And the other thing about that
That
though, I
belt
mean,
is
you can
called Black Beauty.
right. But the other thing about that is that if you saw like I could go up to a young kid now and they're out there acting ignorant and say something, they'd be disrespectful to me. When we were
Yes.
Mhm.
teenagers,
Mhm.
when we were teenagers, you didn't even have to be
It's
a
scary.
grown person. If you were, let's say, I'm 50 now. I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say like Neil Clark. Neil Clark's older than me. If Neil saw me doing something and he said something to me, I'm not gonna get smart with him. I'm gonna listen to what he say because at the boys' club, that's how it was. If Neil says something to me, hey, Keiki, why you doing that? I'm gonna be quiet and listen to him. I'm 52 years old. If I said something to one of these kids now, they will pop off and try and be
Mhm.
smart.
Mhm. Yeah.
Bad
And that's
parenting.
the reason why, because as I was saying, we are those people that we talked about. We are our parents now that would make sure the community is safe. was okay and would say something to that kid out of order, or to tell that little girl, what is that you have on? What do you think you're doing? But because of the way that it is now, you take a pause and say, now, wait a minute. Am I going to have to be out here with my 65-year-old fighting some little 17-year-old girl because they don't care?
Yeah.
So you have to really weigh the odds.
Yep.
Is it worth it?
You're right.
Is it worth my life to try to
Right.
save this kid from themselves?
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because my kids are like, no, mama, don't say anything to them. No.
Yep. Absolutely right.
Teachers, oh my God.
It's going to
Early
be part of our
retirement is a
conversation
beautiful
too, as
thing.
well, coming up.
What's that, Tion?
I said teachers and what they're going through is going to be part of our conversation coming up too, as well,
Oh,
because our
good.
teachers are experiencing a lot, and they don't have the support that they need uh, to sustain in
No.
school. It's sad. So
Yeah, the thing about that is that we have to get retired teachers on there because you won't be able to get any of the current teachers on here to talk about that
They
because you don't want to get
can't.
them. Yeah. So, but we'll get some retired.
Well,
I would love to get.
Call us
I
up.
would love to get Miss Hurt on here with you, Judy. Oh, and we got
Yes.
to have you got to get Miss Austin, baby.
The Austin, yes.
Speak on that, Spanky.
Absolutely.
So
Definitely.
So somehow we got Miss Austin.
is the
And come to your
podcast?
house and talk to your mama.
Go ahead, Crystal.
I said, is your podcast every Wednesday at 7 o'clock?
Hold on, let me see. Tion, did she just tell us she don't watch our podcast? Is that what she telling us?
She didn't know about your podcast until
I'm messing with you.
yeah, she
No,
didn't know about
normally,
your podcast.
earned a new fan.
normally what we do is we record maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday, where it's just me and Tion talking. But I really like these live streams to get people involved, engaged, and just to put things out. And one time, Sabi, we want to get your program. What's the name of your program you got going on in Louisville?
Each one teach one.
Yes, let's get you on here, get some of your people on here to talk about how your program works. Oh, one more thing, Crystal, is there going to be anybody out there doing registration to vote during at the park?
I believe so. Because of course this is a huge election, coming up, these midterms. So I will again with our next meeting on Monday, make sure we have something. We would like, again, like the vendors are kind of thin, and we also, it's not just retail and food vendors. We have nonprofits, space for nonprofits out there too. So we'll definitely see if we can get some voter registration drives going. But we don't have it solidified right now, but we have time to get some stuff put together.
Okay, yeah, good. I just think each of the Divine Nine, if they got a table, they should have some of those registration cards at that table with them. That'll make it easier.
Yes.
Okay.
So, anybody else got anything else before we sign off?
We want
Thank
to
you.
thank
for
our
having
guests for
this
coming on.
audience for us.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
well, I see
Thanks
the
for
7
having
people
us.
that are on live with us, and again, to the 3 of you and Shaquita and Latoya. What is it, Latoya? How you say her name?
Tanya.
Chicken. Get
Chicken.
that
Man,
chicken. Get out
another
of here.
another booper.
Look, we're gonna thank you all for being part of this. I think it's been very good information to everybody. And again, Paducah, let's have fun this 8th of August. Let's keep it safe. Go to the Facebook page for the WC Young Center and look at the events that's going on. One is not on. I know Rosia's got her party, her annual event coming up. It's going to be,
Saturday
I
night.
guess, she's got her event Saturday night. Go
Shades of
check that out.
melanin.
Fade to melanin. Melanin.
Shades
I love it.
shades of
Okay.
melanin.
Thank
Shades of
you.
melanin.
Sorry, cuz. I'm sorry. Don't charge me extra
Free.
money for that. Man, I'm gonna have a bunch of them on here. But again,
Right.
go to the events. It's not all about just hanging out outside 900 and Boyd. Go get some culture in you about some of the things going on. As Dr. Henderson said earlier, there's a movie coming up. Take your kids out there to check out the movie. They haven't decided on what it is. I think you should show them Glory. That's one of my all-time favorites.
For the kids. I love Glory. Don't get me wrong. I love Glory.
I do too.
Listen,
Yeah.
we talking about
Denzel.
the kids. We talking about kids that will cuss us out. Do you think the glory's going to affect their brain cells?
You got a point. You
Okay,
got a
let's.
point.
I think glory would be good. Some of them need to
Mm.
look at look at Morgan Freeman slap the crap out of Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
Some of them need
Mm.
that. But
Mm.
again, thank you all for being part of DCU. And next week, as I said, we are going to talk about the young generation and what can hopefully we, like Tion said, get some people on here to some of these young parents, and maybe they get on and tell us what they need. That may be the issue. They don't know what to
Yes.
do.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
please get on here,
That's often the case.
and you get on here, bring that kid on here. We'll ask them what do they need. Maybe we need to talk to some of the kids about, hey, what are you looking for? What do you need in your life that can help you to be a better person, not be out here in these streets and everything. So I'm
And
gonna
if
shut
you're
up. I'm gonna
afraid to
let
speak
Tion
up,
do it.
yeah, and if you're afraid to speak up, feel free to inbox and we'll speak up for you and let you know. So I know some parents may be too scared to get out there and talk. Just tell us, and we'll keep your who you are private, and but we will
They're
make sure your voice
kids.
is heard.
I ain't giving
They're
a crap. I'm
afraid of
gonna
their
snitch
kids.
you out.
They're afraid of their kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
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 I tell you, thank you all for coming on.
Hey,
It's been
before we
great.
go, we still got 20 minutes, cuz, and
Oh,
Dr. Henderson wouldn't do it. But I'm gonna ask Judy.
What?
oh, Judy and
Judy, what you
Spank,
sick and Judy, what are you sick and tired of being sick and tired of?
talk to me.
I'm sick and tired. Okay, I can't do profanity though, right?
Yeah, you can. We
I'm
just
sick
ain't
and
doing it.
damn tired of.
Hey, this is
I'm sick
real
and damn
talk,
tired
real
of.
family, and real fun.
Right. But I'm sick and tired of parents that will not parent. I have it saying, let's make parenting popular again. I was
Mhm.
disciplined. You were disciplined. We're just fine. Discipline will not kill a kid. You have to do it within the constraints of the law. But baby, from back here, little bitty, I have a 17-month-old grandson. Baby, trust me. You start early. Then you don't have to at 17 months. You don't have to do this stuff at 17 years, like Michelle Obama says. What you want to do? Have a 35-year-old living in your basement for the rest of
Mhm.
his life? No. She said, I told Barack we're going to parent him now so we don't have to do it later.
Right. Hey, Tion
So
popped up one of our grandmother's best whooping utensils. She used to pull it up, Tion.
Boy, man,
What was
the
it?
back
Yeah,
scratcher.
boy.
The back
Grandmama used to put
scratcher.
that back
Woo!
scratcher on us.
next question.
All right, Sam,
Woo,
What you
what you
got,
child.
got?
Spanky?
I seen Andy Amo get disciplined in his brothers, and I never stayed all night over there again.
Hey man, that's not supposed to be on
But
here.
then,
I'm taking that out.
but then, but then my mom borrowed Black Beauty from their mom and brought that into our house. So I'm tired of I come from an accountability world. I believe in
Yeah.
accountability. Even myself, if I do something wrong, I immediately go once that conscience lets me know it's wrong. I try to fix it, apologize. Um, but I think we have a lack of accountability,
Yeah.
and people. And I think it was Judy said it. A lot of parents are afraid of their children.
Yep.
They are. I've seen
A
them
lot of
Mhm.
parents are afraid of
in
their children, and
school,
a lot
in
of
the
parents
store.
don't know how to parent. And when you bring that word up, let's have some parenting classes. Nobody wants to hold
None
themselves
of them want to
accountable and
come.
say, you know what, I need some help.
Yep.
So that and another big issue that I do a lot of work because a lot of things have changed as far my career has done a complete twist. Mental health. We got to recognize mental health, mental illness, and
Yes.
we have to address and give people the right type of help that they need. So those are my two right there.
All right, appreciate it. Crystal, here's your chance.
I,
Sick and tired of
well,
being sick and
well,
tired.
listen. The thing that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of, I can't actually say because I'm
Okay.
still on active duty. Uh,
Okay.
so you can take that for what it is.
All
Uh,
right. You want me
Read
to
yeah,
do
between the lines.
yeah. So I know you picking up what I'm laying down, but
it? Uh huh.
um,
Yes.
it you know just people being just disrespect. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of the disrespect. And for us, as I saw it today, I'm sick and tired of people that don't look like us telling us how we should feel
Right.
about the things that happen to us.
Right.
Affect us
I'm
immediately.
over that. I am over that. I'm done. You can't tell me how I feel about what I'm experiencing. Just
Right.
because either it doesn't happen to you or you are the perpetrator, that doesn't
Mhm.
give you the right to dictate how I feel about the situation. So I'm sick and tired and of being sick and tired of the microaggressions.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. All right,
Amen.
cuz you want to go and get us up out of here?
Hey, be honest with you, I'm just glad to have this great team online to offer their perspective and stuff. So today, I'm not sick and tired of nothing. I just feel blessed to have you guys on. So next week, I'm gonna come back with it, you know, and give it to you. Thank you all for coming online and giving your perspective, offering your input, and we definitely hope we can have you guys back to do this again. You're more than welcome. And if there's any topic that you want to talk about, please let us know. And if there's any way that we can help out, please let us know.
And go like us and like and subscribe to Double Cousins Unplugged on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, all those. All right,
Okay.
we're gonna end it
Thanks,
right
guys.
there. Again, thanks everybody for coming on to Double Cousins Unplugged. Real talk, real family, real fun. Something just fell over.
All right.
Oh, that was my camera.
Man, put number
There's another
5.
blooper.
Thank y'all again. Have a great one.
Thank you. All right. Good night.
Thank you.
Look,
Good night.
good night, guys.
Thank you.